Cool. I'll set that to the side. Quick drink of coffee. So what happened last time?
Good question.
We lost the bacon.
Yeah. Garvik let him die.
I can take no responsibility.
I knew it. Always a kobold.
So that's
Runux.
Is that everybody in the party that's died now?
I've gone down multiple times at this point, but
You've went down like a cheap hooker when the sailors come home.
but yeah, Runuk's the first to properly be permadead.
Big F. We're planning to take his body back to his tribe at some point.
Yes, I was going to ask. Well, you were asking what happened last time, and we went to the ship and we tried to. Well, we were at the ship and we tried to mine through the dragon horde when the kobolds started to attack us and they killed Runuk. After Runuk had died, we sort of lost all sort of motivation and came home. On the way home, Runuk turned into one of those cold light walker things.
Yeah, and you literally chopped him into bits, right?
Othello did, yeah. We also found out Othello may or may not be a cannibal, so keep one eye open at night.
All lies. I definitely have not developed a taste for human and or other being flesh.
Yeah, so there's that. We came home and we were more or less just deciding what to do with Runuk's body. Thadden was talking to Othello about her eating things, and then like a patron was like, "Wait, cannibal? Who's the cannibal?" Which was funny. And we were just discussing what to do next as well.
Is it cannibalism if Ella eats human legs?
I mean, she is part human, so
technically fair.
It's only part cannibalism.
So technically, if she eats like horse meat, for example, which would be common at this time, if this were historical, that would also be cannibalism.
Anyway, I don't know where you get this idea about cannibalism from. It's all totally unfounded rumours.
Anyone got zone of truth?
The other thing was... Oh, that's
fire.
The fact that the last page on the captain's journal says, "Oh no, help, Othello's eating me." Total coincidence.
I can make that canon.
Like all those notes you find in Skyrim where somehow they, middle of dying or whatever, but they've still got time to scribble stuff down.
And there's just like that one trailing like bit of cursive at the very end of the last word they say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, in this case it would make sense since Othello would have started with the leg.
Being the least cannibal part to eat.
Oh yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on taking Runuk back to next of kin, etc. Character-wise?
I mean, I think Othello would be for that. It's grown to like him a bit.
What do we actually know about backstory?
We don't know. We only know the bits that he's told us. So the sacrificial bit with the sea, and as a baby, and we found a figurine of the Tiger clan, the Reged clans, or whatever, the orc nomads.
Why would we take him back to a tribe that sacrificed him as a baby?
I don't know. That's why I was asking, like, what like everyone's thoughts. I mean, like Goliath would probably do like the open air, like, I
suppose
the old Native American open air, like coffin stuff.
I'd forgotten about the other. I don't know. We could just bury him here or do some kind of funeral thing here.
I mean, there's plenty of wood about. We could burn him. Saves attracting predators.
I mean, if it, like he was obviously like you said, he was sacrificed by his clan, but he was obviously saved by someone. I don't know if you told us that or not. Like, he was saved by someone, but we don't know who, right?
Now we'll never know.
If only he wasn't in bits.
I was just going to say Tobias is kind of indifferent on returning his remains. I mean, is doing something with his with his remains is necessary, but in his mind. But I don't know if we go, he doesn't mind.
Ignore me.
Yeah, Vaden has the same sort of feelings. Like he's dead now and he's no longer useful, so like there's no point in doing anything extraneous. But like honoring dead is like one of those things that happens in every culture. So
Oh, just a quick. Did the stuff that we did manage to loot? Because there was some cash in a chest, and then we did get a little bit of loot out. But
oh yeah, that's
did
true.
that go in the party marker?
Sure,
I believe it did.
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay, because there was about 300 odd gold, I think.
There's 352 gold in the party marker and 528 silver in the party marker. I thought we had a load of copper as well.
We did. 352 copper and 2 well-formed pearls.
I don't know if it was added or not.
I got 4 well-formed pearls. Did it? Oh no, 2. Sorry, 2. My mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can't remember how much exactly was taken from the captain's cabin. That was like 150?
I'm not too sure. There was an amount that was over the amount that we spent on coming out. So yes.
So under the first layer of ice was 72 gold pieces, 181 silver pieces, 352 copper pieces, and 2 well-formed pearls. The captain's and captain's cabin was 150 gold pieces, 520 silver pieces, and a small gold bracelet, as well as a large gold bracelet and a grey bag of tricks.
Right, the gold bracelets and the bag of tricks are in the party marker, but I don't think the stuff we got from the pile has been added then.
I don't think the silver's in there either.
Let me check. Because I'm pretty sure. Well, I definitely mentioned somebody should be marking it down.
I did write it down on my notes, just not in the party marker at the time. So
yeah, I don't know who was marking it down on the party marker. That's all. How much silver was it in the pile? Because we've got 528.
I
so
literally
that's
put in the
520
game
from
chat.
the chest.
It's in there. 181.
Where? Oh, in this chat. Right. Because if there's 500 silver pieces in that captain's chest, Phil, 520 silver pieces. We've got 528 in the party marker, so someone like that's not been added.
I'm assuming the stuff in the treasure didn't get added, like or the hoard didn't get added, like that money didn't get added because of the general excitement going on at the time.
Yeah.
And from just off the top of my head, I think that's about right. In all fairness.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me as well. How much copper was in the pile?
Once again, I refer you to that.
And 72 gold.
424.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I was gonna say, is anyone gonna spend any of their downtime? I won't take it away from anything you've already done. I was gonna say this is like the end of the 7th day at the minute. I'm sure we're gonna pick this up at. So if anyone has been say earlier in the day to go and get any of these things evaluated, for example. for worth.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. The Amulet of Health is still in here, by the way. I don't know if you've got it or not.
That's on my sheet, so.
Delete.
Mhm.
That's fine.
We found a duplication glitch.
Uh,
Don't tell the mods. Yeah, they're the pearls.
Mm-hmm.
they're not on here, actually.
Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I'd want to get the pearls evaluated.
I just gotta find them. 1, 2.
Oh yeah, these weird kobold daggers that Tobias collected. He's got 4 of them. He would ask Garvek to identify them, so they glowed white or silver or something during the fight.
Sure. I'll take an Arcana check from Garvik. Fair enough. They are old daggers. There's some like there's like a draconic like inscriptions in them. It's like it's fairly generic shit, to be honest. There is like a little smidgens of like latent magic in them, as if they were like enchanted briefly, or enchanted regularly, perhaps. But the daggers themselves don't have any inherent magic.
Okay, so if I was to do detect magic, nothing would show up.
Correct.
Cool. Any idea from the markings what they might have been enchanted with previously?
Not in particular, no.
Cool. So just non-magical, fancy-looking daggers.
Yeah, they made it definitely of like an older metal. There's like some like chips and nicks that can only come with, old age essentially, and not being particularly well looked after either. But they are like of a set as such, or were all made by the same person at the same time, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the last day then, Tobias will try and find a buyer for these. He'll ham up like the value and this is a set from a rare artisan. He'll make up some kind of name on the spot and so on and so forth. If provided he does find anyone like at a marketplace or something.
All right. So it's technically downtime, but let's roll with it anyway.
Oh, you specified it if anyone wants to do anything on the last day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, so what kind of place are you going to be sort of hitting up around? Are you going to be sticking to? Well, I was going to say if you can only really go to Lonelywood if it's today. So are you going anywhere particular in Lonelywood? I mean, I assume you're going to.
Is there like a marketplace?
Not really, no. It's very, very much is it's a bit more industrial around here rather than being a like market town or anything like that. I remember there being it's one of the old the old Icewind Dale game had a general store. Give me a second, I'll find the name of that because it's not actually listed in this for some reason.
I was going to ask if there's no marketplace, how do people buy any food?
Bows are a thing. Big lake nearby.
Where'd it go? All right, there we go. So this building here is. Oh, sorry, I'll just actually pull everybody into the map. I do apologize. Preload. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. There we go. This building here is seemingly like a pawn shop of some sort. It's called Pavel's Used Goods. Yeah, you've walked past it a few times, but it's fairly nondescript. Other than for like a plaque in the window, rather than hanging outside or anything like that. It's fairly like a carved wooden plank with Pavel's Used Goods.
The map's weird for anybody else.
Yeah, there's like a corner. It's not loaded or something. It doesn't matter too much.
I've just refreshed to get rid of it.
Weird.
Okay, yeah. Tobias will try here to sell them.
Fair enough.
Before he goes in, can I try something?
What would you like to try?
Like, so I've been looking for an excuse to use this. So I'd run this past Tobias first, but I have a spell called Alter Self. So I could disguise myself as something else, like a gnome or something, and just happen to be in the shop when you go in to sell it, and then I can like independently corroborate your story about these.
Oh, okay, sure. You're like a mercantile wingman then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fun.
Cool. I need to. So change appearance. I think I can change race and stuff, but not size. So yeah, could just be like a fairly ugly gnome.
Hopefully that won't cause any what's the word? Like self-catastrophe. What's the word I'm looking for? The word escaped me. Anyway. Like a fucking identity crisis sort of shit.
So yeah, I'll go in ahead of him and just sort of peruse the shelves and.
Fuck it. Break out the old Dimitri voice here. But goofier. So yeah, you walk on in. It's a pretty quiet day. No one else is in. There's, I would say, somewhat slovenly, but he's got a pair of very sharp and beady eyes on him. That you can tell have immediately like sized you up, down, left, and right. Not 2 steps into the door. And he says, "Hello, welcome to Pavel's. What can I do for you?" Fuck, that voice come from Jesus.
Love it.
We're gonna have to visit this shop a lot.
God damn it. It's gonna turn into the fucking armory in Rogue Trader. Dark Heresy, even, anyway.
Yeah, approaching the counter, he'd say, name's Tobias, and he'll offer a handshake.
He will shake your hand, and you'll get it is the most honest handshake you've ever had. Correct response.
Yeah, continuing. Tobias would say, reaching into his coat pocket, I wonder if you can help me out with something. reaching into his coat pocket and withdrawing the like a cloth wrapped bundle, which itself contains cloth wrapped knives, so they don't scratch each other and stab holes in my coat.
Yep.
Placing them on the counter and then unfurling them, emphasizing being very gentle with them, even though they might just be normal daggers. But Tobias wants to up the sense of value on them by being gentle, and commence lying. Tobias will say, "I recently took payment for some carpentry work with a set of these. I don't really know much about them." You'd say that a little tiny bit louder so that Garvek might hear it.
I'll make a show of being incredibly nosy. Just outright staring, like most rude gnomes are.
Like on your tiptoes and like trying to see what's up in the very tall counter. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. He says, "I'm not too knowledgeable about these, but to be frank, I need coinage to pay bills, and daggers can't really do that, I'm afraid." And he would chuckle.
You look at a well-seasoned chuckle back, and a knowing wink. Well, then you're not using them right. And ha 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 ha. Before you so much as blinked, he's produced a small metal file from under the counter, and picks up one of the daggers, dinks the file against it a couple of times. His face completely locked in. If you want to try and detect anything from him, I'm going to need a particularly spicy insight check from you.
Okay, let's try.
Can I also give it a go?
Sure.
I'll take that.
Nice.
Both of you get the impression this guy very much knows what he's doing and knows his way around a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him do a couple of very careful sort of scrapes with the file. You can tell it's not a particularly sharp file. It's been used a lot. It's just enough to sort of test metals and whatnot. It takes a little scrape out of the hilt or the handle, but the butt of the handle, and like a tiny little scrape on the spines, and a couple of dinks in the edges and stuff like that. And he says, "Very, very brittle. Where'd you get these?"
Continuing the facade, Tobias would shrug and say, "I didn't get them from anywhere. I received these as payment."
It's old steel. It's very old, quite brittle. It's how much was the work you get paid for with these?
Oh, I gotta think this one through. This is highballing or lowballing time. Oh man, I've no idea what the value is. Thinking hot on his feet, Tobias will again sort of twist the facade a little, and he'll say, shrugging a little, it was work for an acquaintance, so it wouldn't have been too much. It was roofing work, you see. I would say, let me see. So the pub was 252 gold, right? Roughly. Tobias is very clearly guesstimating 30, 35 gold, maybe.
Pavel looks a little bit. The facade breaks a little bit, and he looks a little bit sad for you. I think would be the way to put it.
Okay.
He's like, my friend, these are good for nothing at all, and they're scrap metal. And he like sort of he sort of sets one on top of his counter, gives it a couple of like thunks with the wrist of his other hand, so the tip's just in the bench, and he sort of flicks it backwards towards him, and the tip just pings straight off. And there's a tip.
What are you doing,
there.
man?
He just gives you a deadpan look.
You have no idea what you've got there?
I'm going to take a deception with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Carry on.
Tobias would act a little bit surprised here.
So he'll like he'd be leaning almost patronizingly like over the bench, like elbows are just about on the edge, and he's leaning over, and he's like casually twirling the broken dagger around in one of his hands, like he's done it a million times before. He's like, "Tell me, little man, what do I have here?"
I'll just sort of tug on Tobias's like trousers and like, don't believe a word this man says. They're worth far more than whatever price he's about to give you. I mean, look at them. They're clearly touched by magic and of ancient stock. He's trying to swindle you.
Yeah, continuing the charade, Tobias will faint.
Just faint.
Well, yeah, he'll feign being convinced by Garvek's words. You know, a little bit of surprise on his face. He'll turn back to the guy behind the counter and ask, "Really? Is this true?"
Can I have a performance from you with disadvantage, please?
Oh, Jesus. I really need performance. I'm going to reroll that with lucky. Okay.
You can choose the 20 with the lucky, I believe.
That would be a second point used for it, though, wouldn't it?
So you should, with luck point, you just roll an additional d20. You don't re-roll the thing.
Right.
So it turns disadvantage into super advantage.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Preface was have to roll against that then. Ooh, interesting. You seem to have like taken away like a little smidgen of his confidence. His smidgen. And he says, "Okay, well, you'd best tell me what I have.
Well,
if you're the expert."
Do you speak Draconic?
I was thinking. He says, yes.
Oh, so you should be able to read for yourself.
Yes. Every single one says servant on it.
Precisely. And it's not unimportant people that have servants, is it? So these were obviously from servants of a incredibly important individual. These could be of huge historic significance.
He holds up the dagger that he broke the tip off, and he points out like the grains in it, and he says, "These are obviously from somebody that didn't care much about their servants. See the grain quality."
What do I know of metallurgy?
Tobias would would reply to this and ask, gesturing to Garvik. Well, if this man's correct and these daggers are once belonging to the servants of someone with eminence, then surely the quality of these artifacts doesn't necessarily matter. And adding to this, Tobias, thinking quick on his feet, surely ancient historical artifacts, while being of low quality, are still in possession of value, no? Even if they pale in comparison to the simplest of knives of today.
You're getting a raised eyebrow at this point from Pavel.
He would raise up his hand a little bit and say, I'm just asking some simple questions. Gesturing to the gnome. He's clearly knows what he's talking about. Tobias would be giving Garvik a look at this point for some kind of reinforcement.
Pavel gives you a big shit-eating grin and says, tell you what, I will write down what I will give you for the daggers, and little man can write down what he wants to give you for the daggers, and you can take biggest offer.
As this does technically concern Garvik, Tobias would see Garvik's response.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay.
I'm sure my people will have great use for these. As soon as I get them back to our homes, they're much better than yours.
Pavel rips you off like a corner of paper and like half a little sort of charcoal pencil, like we nubby one that you sort of expect out of Argos, you know, and hands you them down. Scribbles very briefly in his and puts his like palm right on top of it.
I'll reach up and tear a piece of paper off of the same.
No, he already tore you a bit off and handed it to you. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just write. Just take the offer. But I'll make a show of like putting an extra couple of O's on the offer.
So as soon as you finish writing, he offers you the slip of paper, Tobias.
Yeah, he'll go and take it.
And sort of nods to Garvek to hand over his piece of paper as well.
Do it with a flourish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for this bombshell of an offer, which is going to be. I'm predicting it's going to be a sarcastic, like 5 copper or some shit. Just wait for it. Yeah, he'll turn the piece of paper over and read it.
4 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. That's better than 4 copper.
Mm. I'll telepathically just say to him, like, it's probably just worth giving him to our kobolds to like guard the inn.
Oh, good lord, no.
I'm not sure if I trust the kobolds.
No, you just leave them in charge of our inn for weeks at a time.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, well, we can afford. We could probably afford like better quality stuff with the gold from these brittle ass daggers, right?
Yeah, but they've got draconic on them. They'll be over the moon.
Oh, come on, we can scratch some draconic into something. They'll be equally happy.
These are plundered from servants of an ancient dragon.
Oh, we can lie. Come on.
Can we though? Convincingly.
Oh, well, Tobias can lie.
Yeah. Pavel's kind of sitting there waiting for the penny to drop.
Yep, he'll lean over the counter and talk to Pavel and say, and give him a nod.
Pavel will slide 4 gold pieces onto the counter for you and say, you know what? No one's had the cheek to try and pull this maneuver on me up here yet. And he nods to both of you.
I think the timing was a bit too convenient.
That 4 gold for hanging them on my wall and the entertainment you just gave me this afternoon.
He'll pocket the gold and say, pleasure, and walk out.
The gnomes will rise again, and I will push over something as I run out.
Give me a strength check. You do not push anything over. you sort of push yourself off, like a rather large. You imagine it would be like sort of like a banded like round Goliath shield, like it's that big. It's like a shield easily as big as you, and like a little stand, and it sort of like pushes you almost. You sort of push off it when you go out. Like you don't do anything.
I'll just be like, don't tell anybody about the weakness of the dwarves. Gnomes. And just storm off.
Very nice.
Yep.
So can I just clarify something for you? You tried to swindle the guy that runs the pawn shop in the town filled with ex-crooks.
Yeah, I know. It's worth a try, though.
Fair enough. Just making sure he's caught on to that point.
Look, we spent half an hour getting 4 gold pieces. I'll take that.
Fair enough. Add them to your sheet to buy.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for that time. That was well worth it. I'll go towards my carpentry lessons.
Fair enough. We will swing into Lonelywood proper. Othello, the past week, you've been making friends with the various lumberjacks. You've been hanging around with like, one particular crew, of course, because that's just far easier. Because then you get to figure out which ones like the right sort of beer and all that sort of crap when you get back to the tavern in the evening.
Yep.
What's your new best mate's name called, by the way?
Think of a name.
Yes.
Oh god, I don't know. I'm gonna have
Racist Jim.
to.
Done.
Done. Yeah, racist Jim. Yeah, it took racist Jim a while to come around to you. Him being a big old racist and all. But you eventually won him over when you drank under the table twice.
Okay.
Mostly because he dared you to try and drink something that you're pretty sure was paint stripper. But give me a Constitution save.
Okay.
Oh, +7, Jesus.
I've drunk worse.
Yes, I mean you were fine. He was flat in his ass, and you after a couple of days of getting used to it, you're keeping up with them with the trees. So you're getting on rightly. Life in Lilywood's pretty chill. It turns out pretty much all the guys have some sort of shifty history of some sort, much like yourself.
Have as many dirty stories to tell as they do. So
without a doubt, yeah. However, at the near the end of the week, sort of mid late afternoon, there's all right, yeah, I'll fix that. There's a chap shambling up to you. It's kind of like it looks like someone's shrunk a Goliath in its cloak. The figure's about at best half, maybe 2/3 filling this like massive oversized cloak. That's like there's about a foot hanging, trailing along the ground. It's clearly made up of. It might be like a abominable yeti fur, maybe, or it's some sort of it's big, white, and furry coming towards you, but it's very clearly somebody wearing clothing.
Okay.
And they seem to be sort of like stumbling a little bit, like they're a little bit in the tired side.
I take it this is in town at this point, in Lonelywood.
No. This is like in Lonelywood itself, the Lonely Woods, as it were.
Okay.
Sort of like during your workday.
All right. Awesome. Are you lost, friend?
Where is this?
You're not far from Lonelywood.
Lonely what?
She reaches over and knocks against the trunk of the tree that she's partway through cutting down.
I see.
Are you a bit slow? You seem like you're a bit slow or drunk.
Just a bit lost.
Yeah, I'm getting that impression.
Do you know where I can find a place to stay? I'm looking for a guy.
Well, I don't know if there's any establishment of that nature in Lonelywood, but sure, I know somewhere you could stay.
You're getting a very clueless face there.
So long as you've got the gold, of course. Head into town, and she points, back in the direction, and ask for the ramshackle. There's plenty of rooms there.
Ramshackle. That sounds familiar. Somehow.
Ah, good. Our reputation's spreading. Hopefully it's a good reputation, not bad reputation, but still.
But
there are cannibals that eat there, I heard.
Well, lumberjacks off to the side. Okay. So I go, shh, quiet you.
I heard kobolds eat people that don't pay.
Oh yeah, that's totally true.
Racist Jim said that.
They must be servants. Yes. Can you?
Nothing better for you little bastards.
Just ignore him. He's racist. Lovely, but a racist. So yeah, off in that way. Ask for the ramshackle. Tell him Ethella sent you.
Shut up, horse. I'm still not used to you talking.
Don't make me kick you again, racist Jim.
The guy will look very confused at your interaction and then says, "That way? Okay, thank you, Ethella, the talking mule," and we'll walk over to her.
She just turns and looks at racist Jim and says, "Not a word."
I thought he was spot on.
Right, you and me, after work, another drinking contest. I'm not showing any mercy this time.
He just goes back to chopping the fucking tree down. Fair enough. Random stranger will hobble on. I'm just going to pull everyone back in. You're still in the forest, so Ethella isn't here. But I'm going to leave your token so you can actually see what's going on, obviously. So yes, random stranger. There, you appear at outside an inn of sorts. There is a sign that happens to say ramshackle on it.
Yes.
Lonelywood has a lot of day drinkers.
No. This is in the evening at this point. Well,
chopping wood.
There's something.
Well, I mean, but by the time it's like still a couple of like hours left in the day. So by the time he arrives at the ramshackle, they'll be sort of packing in for the day and heading back. So that's sort of. We can say this is shortly after you two are back from trying to swindle the swindler.
Well,
so yeah, getting on paused. Go for it.
Since it is the ramshackle, I will just walk up to the door. And I will point to one of the kobolds and shout saying the chronic, You there, servant! Get me something to eat.
Same draconic, yeah?
Yes. Wait a second.
Yeah, you have that.
Yeah, let me quickly see if I can roll something.
Sure. Garbeck, Vaden, Tobias. Some guy in a massive fuck off cloak that's like at least 2 sizes too big. It'd probably even be a little bit big in Vaden if you're being honest. Has walked in the door and has pointed at Hugo. Hugo, really? Was that a name? Anyway,
I think that was
Hugo.
No. I mean, it's definitely Hugo.
Wasn't that one of the kobolds that came in looking for the dragon?
I don't
They
care.
all look the same.
Probably, yeah. Oh yeah, it was Hugo Scav. Yeah, hang on. They don't exist anymore. Sorry.
Oh,
and then it would
I'm
be
really
small.
sorry to hear about that. They were nice guys.
Small on being addressed like that. Puts his cards down and he looks to his kin at the table, I suppose. Looks really confused. It's like, no one's called us that before. It's like, and so he actually he doesn't really take his eyes off you, but he sort of rushes over to this little rather self-important looking kobold, and says, "Oh, boss man, he calls me servant." I do what he says.
Two questions. One, why have you brought your own bedding? Two, are you a dragon?
Wait, you're asking that to me?
Yeah.
What kind of way is that to speak? Where's your master?
I look around and point at me.
You? Nah, that can't be.
Me?
I will point towards the clearly way taller person, and then saying comments as, what is this kobold saying?
I speak common as well. You don't need to talk to my brother.
I'll say
I'm
in
right here.
Draconic. I'll say in Draconic is like they don't have masters.
Kobolds without masters.
They
How-
work here.
Working? How unconventional. I see. But still, where does one need to, or who does one need to talk to get something to eat?
Oh yeah, our chef's dead.
No, your chef's undead.
Yeah.
I see.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna raise an eyebrow at Greg and is like just like nod him off to the kitchen to get him some food. I'm guessing you want a drink.
Well, and a room to stay.
Okay. What was our prices again? I know I wrote it down. I wrote it down
It's
like
on
behind the bar.
it's on a board behind the bar.
Yeah, I know.
It's in Draconic, right?
But
I believe I probably wrote it in common because people.
I was going to say, we'll say like the bigger luxurious rooms that include full board are modest. Is equivalent of a modest lifestyle of 1 gold piece per day. A room for the night, we'll say, is 5 silver pieces.
I'm going to telepathically pick up a piece of chalk and just write at the bottom of the board, rudeness pays double.
I'm gonna ask this stranger who's just walked in and maybe insulted the kobolds. I'm not too sure. What size room do you want? We've got a large one or a smaller one.
The stranger will go into the coat and then grab weird looking piece of coin. It says, "What can this get me?"
I recognize the coin.
Yeah, it's one of those weird like Electrum ones. Nobody really bothers with them much, but
They're like 15 silver, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah.
How much did you say again? It was 5.
Yeah.
3 nights, smaller ones.
With food? Without?
I don't know.
How'd the running a business downtime go?
One Electrum is 5 silver.
Is it? Okay.
Half gold piece, yeah.
Tobias will put it in at this point and say, yes, we're in between cooks at the moment.
Mummy's home cooking.
Food is a little basic at the moment until we fill that post, I'm afraid. We can knock a price off if you like.
That'd be acceptable.
All right, we'll deduct. I guess you'll look at Vaden with a curious face. 2 silver? Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Excellent. And I'll put the electrum piece on the counter.
I sort of
Do you have
pick
a
up
name,
the
friend?
Larloch is the name.
Lars it is.
Oh, Larloch.
Gesundheit.
Kobolds.
I'm gonna pour him a drink, and sort of examine the electrum piece. Not seeing them very much.
So Larloch would pay no attention to Karvek, the weird raving kobold, and will ask the guy.
In a wizard hat.
Yeah, and a wizard hat.
That will get you even weirder glances, and ask, what kind of weird magic ritual did you do to be kin?
I don't know.
Easy.
You ask him.
You just die and have some kind stranger bring you back to life.
Nah, that sounds quite inconvenient.
Yeah.
I thought I was a device for something like that.
Don't hit him head on doors as much, yeah.
I suppose. Oh, wait. Yes. I met a stranger. She told me to look for someone called Ronok? Ronok? Something like that. Would you know him?
Who told you?
The person that gave me this coat. I don't know. 3-4 days ago.
Gavik will just take a big swig of whatever drink is nearest to him on the bar.
Well, you'd better come this way, and I'll lead him behind the bar, I guess, to this rear door. Oh. Oh. Don't mind the mummy. And I'll lead him through this back area here to Runuk's body that I've probably got wrapped in some burlap. Probably with just his face showing or something.
No, you wouldn't have his face showing. Come on.
Oh, well, all right then.
We keep him indoors?
Well, that's where he was last time, so I don't know if we're keeping him indoors or if we're keeping him outdoors. Nobody's done anything in a week.
Yeah, but we'd probably still be outdoors somewhere.
Do we not have an ice room or something?
Yeah, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Well, that would do as well.
Just
leave him lying out there.
I'll continue to lead him out the back here then. Oh.
If that's the case, I'd have set one of the kobolds to just keep an eye out for a fella trying to sneak around to the body.
We've salted him like meat to
armed with a broom.
Van will be like, I'm sorry, about a week back, died.
That's inconvenient. Never met him, but was told he could help me.
What with?
Well, I'm lost, you see. Kind out of place. So I was looking for a place to stay, a place to work.
I mean, you know how to cook?
Larloch will look at you in like a face like that's That's beneath me.
Right. It might be a hand short. And I'll sort of just like, as he says that, he'll just sort of like nod at the body. Might want to ask the others as well. And I'll sort of just start heading back inside, I guess.
When heading back inside, I'll ask, what's this about the mummy?
Well, we opened Summit, and now it's just friendly to us. So, our bouncer, I guess, now.
But where does one find the mummy?
In the kitchen.
Well, right there.
I see. Let's see how it is.
We're gonna just continue. Might be a question for my brother.
Oh, by the way, when it was in the kitchen, how well along were the kobolds getting with making food?
I mean, they were making something.
Did it smell edible?
How broad is your definition of edible?
Well,
Hope you like Ford Oak.
that's get a face of disgust. But Larlock will ask Garvik that your brother said that you knew more about mummy in the kitchen. Where did you find it?
In the woods.
In the woods, just wandering around?
No, it was in a sarcophagus, and we had to like kill a druid and sacrifice a hand into a burning pit, and then it released the mummy, and now they kind of work here, I guess. We really should look into that.
I see.
There are many, many questions that we've not looked into.
Wait, is Ethella walking in now?
Yeah. I assume so. I've just come back.
Larlock will look happy. The talking mule. I found the place.
Mule.
Not a mule. But also, hello. Are they treating you well?
So far. So good.
What's your name, by the way? I didn't catch it before.
Larlock.
Larlock, okay.
Quite an easy name, isn't it? But wait, if you're not a mule, then what are you?
Have you never seen a centaur before?
No.
Well, now you have.
I see. So, how does one create a centaur?
Well, when a mummy centaur and a daddy centaur love each other very much. You can fill in the dots yourself.
Not like that. What kind of magic do you need for that?
I just kind of
What's a twinkle in your father's eye?
Go. I don't know, it's centaur are fey beasts, so I guess there's
Fey?
magic somewhere back in our origins.
Fey, you say? Ooh, that's intriguing.
Have I seen any pointy ears?
Yeah, I was about to ask,
person?
are any pointy ears visible on Larlock?
No.
I'm gonna like walk up and lift the hair up and off her hat.
There are no pointy ears there.
Lark will try to slap his hands away.
No, I'm not going to
What
try
are
and
you
do that.
doing?
I'm not going to try and do that if I don't see any ears like pointing out through the hair. But like, I'm going to be like watching intently to sort of try and figure out what race. They are.
Looks human.
There's a lot of that going around.
So, little kobold and Ethella, the not mule but centaur. The tall person was talking about, well, that you need a hand since your colleague died.
2 hands, preferably.
Well, depends what kind of skills you can bring to the table, so to speak.
Just some basic magic. Little this, little this.
How basic is basic?
Wait a second. How many? I'll cast sleep.
Oh dear.
As an a second. Why did that apply damage to myself? Interesting.
Apply damage to
What,
me as well.
Yeah, everybody.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Anyways, I want to do it as an called an extended spell, primarily focusing on the kobolds.
Right. Okay. Starting with creature that is lowest. Cool. Okay.
I suppose with the snap of the fingers, hopefully a couple of kobolds will just fall asleep.
Yeah. All the ones playing cards. Just like KO.
Ah, that's a neat trick.
Obviously knows more magic than you do, Othello.
She just flexes one of her very muscled arms and goes, "I got all the magic I need right here, baby."
Yeah, they should wake up tomorrow, hopefully.
Now, if I have something to say about it, I'll like mage hand the broom in the far corner and just start like slapping them and like no.
What the fuck?
Not while we have guests.
Nice. They wake up like groggily, being attacked by a flying broom. They dogpile onto the broom, snap it in two, and present it to you. Like, "Oi, boss! Flying broom attacking us! Got it for you, boss! Got it good!"
You know, just for the amusement of factor alone, I'd say we need to hire this guy.
Fine.
Yeah, we need someone to wash the dishes.
Give him a trial at least.
Stop putting our staff to sleep, though. And you owe us for a broom.
I mean, it looks like the kobolds. I said towards the kobolds, right, little guys?
They're looking shiftily at you.
Fine, just dock it from their wages. We do pay them wages, right?
Oi, we supposed to get paid?
No.
We don't say the W word here.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oi, Drex, we supposed to get paid?
Shit, I've
gonna say the
accidentally,
U word next.
I've accidentally unionized them.
Second. How much damage was that?
19.
Nice. One.
Oh, the fucking.
Oh no, the commoners.
The commoners.
Three. That's 8, 10, 11. Yep, that's everything totted up. Yep. It's basically all your guests in the, just for fun. Yeah, all your guests in the far side of the tavern, just flump in their seats immediately.
Othello's going to look at Larlock and say,
and the kobolds are looking confused.
What? Did you do that? Why did you do that?
That wasn't me. I'm assuming this is the famous kobold hospitality.
Garvek! What did you do?
Trex hops up in the thing and is looking down at you, Garvek, and he's like, "Oi, boss! Wait, why are you not paying us?"
Tobias would intervene at this point and turn to Trex and say, "We do pay you. We pay you in room and board."
That was the agreement.
Yep, that was the agreement.
Sounds like a very fair deal.
I think we're doing a good job, though.
We're still paying off the debt from the repairing the place.
Yeah,
we're literally still putting a roof over your head.
We did a load of that.
No, you didn't.
And you've only recently been giving us the money from the profits of this place.
Wait, have they? I thought they were just.
Well, yeah, they didn't initially realise that they had to give us the money that they were taking from people.
Well, people's were giving us money. What are we supposed to do?
Tobias would sigh exasperated at this point, just want to get past this sudden unionization that's happened. He would dig into his pocket that 4 gold that he got from those daggers. Oh shit, those daggers would have been good payment, wouldn't they? Never mind. He'll
if only somebody had suggested that.
He'll approach. Look, he got those daggers for them in the first place, but then he wanted some money. Tobias would approach Trex and say, "Okay, fine." He'll hold up those 4 gold coins in his hand, and he'll say, "These are." He's not going to say a time frame. He's going to say, "These are your wages for all of you. See, gold."
Those specific pieces of gold, Trex. Not all gold.
Trex doesn't ask about any time frames. He just sort of nods his head for now. And it's like, okay,
that's a lot of money.
It almost sounds like the start of your very own hoard.
Fuck's sake! Yeah. So his eyes light up a little bit, and you see kobold plotting going on between his eyes.
And then Tobias will go back and sit down and watch this madness.
Yeah, Trex hops down and starts just whispering to Vass over there. The rest of them go sit down and start playing cards again.
Othello's going to try and more gently rouse the sleeping patrons. What do the rest of the patrons, the non-sleeping ones, make of this?
They're
charge them for sleeping here.
That would actually be a very good money-making scheme.
Oh God.
Fair enough. 5-minute break.
Sure.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then we'll get on with
Something.
The adventure, yeah. Something.
Eventually.
We might like gate is there tonight. How's everyone for time, by the way? Just so I know where to sort of cut this.
Good.
I've basically got no limit tonight.
Okay.
I don't have a limit either.
Yeah.
I'm fine to go till. Yeah.
Okay.
Like.
Probably for another hour and a bit. Depends how long it takes to do what I have in mind. Yeah. Yeah, probably 10 out of 10 then. Yeah. 5 break.
Cool.
Beer beat. We don't have
I
a
mean,
Pointy.
No, he's not back yet.
I think Pointy is in the process of coming back because
Yeah,
they are
I'm here. I was just going to the loo.
There he is. Awesome.
Exactly. And now it looks like Dutch just muted himself.
Oh yeah, what gender is Lochoth?
Male. Laloch.
Keep wanting to call you Lachlan, but no. Close enough. It's a good Scottish name.
God, he looks like an elf.
He does.
It angers me.
I smell an elf.
I was gonna say, nobody in the party is actually particularly old, are they?
No, me and Garvek are quite young actually.
Don't know if I ever settled on an age for Othello.
Don't know if Tobias is some eldritch being that's a billion years old, but
I don't think even he knows, to be honest.
Oh yeah, talking about that, I mean, you've asked me for my name, and Athela has introduced herself before. But who are you lot?
We're continuing without Dodge?
I'm here,
no.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Tobias would reply and give him a brief nod and simply say, "Name's Tobias."
Greeting, Bias. And you, kobold master of other kobolds?
That'll do.
That can't be your name.
it's
Garvek.
Garvek.
Ah, Garvek. And then your brother would be?
Maiden.
I see. Intrigue.
Do you want to know their names as well? I'll point at the kobold.
If you say yeah, it's like at this point, if you say yes, Vadim will introduce all of the kobolds individually to you in
This is
his blunt
Trex.
manner.
Vass. I can't even see that one. Small. Scorp. Elna. I can't see the first letter of that. Zerk. Vought.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
And-
And the shrub. I point by the door.
I'll like telepathically ask the shrub to wave at him.
Look, the shrub waves at you.
That's some intriguing magic. Very, very. And the two.
Oh, he's more intelligent than most of the people in here.
Yeah, I
legitimately.
see.
Oh yeah, I don't even know the names of those two.
Sure.
I can't see them. Grakenthwin.
And the mummy?
It speaks.
Oh, you'll have to ask
Elvish.
Runuk. Oh.
Wait a second. What race was the mummy?
Human.
It speaks
Uh,
Elvish.
Elvish, you say?
Or something in Elvish.
Isn't it?
Larloch will move towards the door and ask
Wasn't it ancient Sylvan or something?
It was, but I don't know that.
Fuck, I'm just gonna try Elvish. Can I try speaking in Elvish to the mummy and ask what it's called? I assume
Tribulation.
it's a no. That's
Um,
bad.
Yeah, you can. Where'd it go? Yeah, oh yeah. The elf says its name. The mummy says its name is Sanar.
And can I ask the elf from when it is?
It's very clearly thinking. I'm thinking very hard.
Does the mummy sound like Ark and the Black
yeah.
from Third Warhammer, or more normal? If you don't know what Ark and the Black sounds like, it's like Ark and the Black.
There you go.
That was a real question, Phil, by the way.
It's difficult to tell because it's in Elvish.
Oh, no, but I'm talking about like, is the voice like super raspy or like comic?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Very raspy because it's talking through some combination of beef jerky and like clarinet reeds for a voice box.
Okay, so he sounds like Cetra.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, the newcomer and the mummy have a sort of quick exchange, and mummy sort of shambles out the door.
Tobias is like shaking his head vigorously at Larlock. Like a no, don't bring him out.
And Larlock will just close the door again. And say, interesting person. Sonar is the name.
Yes.
Oh yeah, something like that.
You can understand him then? He says he finds my accent a bit weird.
You mean you cannot?
Well, we can just about understand each other, but you know, he's been dead a long time, so doesn't quite speak the same dialect as I do.
Yeah, I have. Yes. The Sonar says some intriguing things. When I have time, I shall talk to him some more. If that suits you.
Arthur shrugs. Oh, it's fine. He's his own mummy. He can speak to whomever he likes.
So, about that boot. And what kind of jobs do you do? I mean, when I was walking to here, I heard some people murmuring about a druid. An evil druid, you said earlier? Are you like cheers or something?
Yeah, we took care of. There was a druid that was terrorizing a couple of the towns by uplifting various animals and getting them to attack people. But unfortunately, they happened to be working for Auril, and Auril doesn't like us very much now.
Oral. doesn't bell.
So, if you come and work for us, bear that in mind. You may have a pissed off goddess to deal with at some point.
Goddess?
And the ancient dragon.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Dragons?
Mostly we just, I don't know, do stuff that needs doing.
I see. Those must be very intriguing stories. But this goddess, Oral, can you tell me more about her?
Well,
I've never heard about a goddess like that.
I'm not really the one to talk to about mystical matters, but she's basically the one that's been keeping this entire region permanently snowbound.
Yes, that was something I found quite striking.
Not like this where you came from?
Well, only in winter.
And where's that?
Where's what?
Where do you come from?
Ah. And you see Laro trying to think. I can't remember. Just snip it. Must be the days of walking I did to get here.
Where have you come
Yeah, I
from, by
often
the way?
forget
How did you
where-
end up in this region? You said you were lost.
Oh yes, I woke up, and I walked and walked until I found, well, a tall person just like Fedden. And then she told me to walk this way, so I walked some more, and then I ran into you.
That is very peculiar. You don't remember anything before that?
No, just snippets.
Vaden?
Hmm.
Have you got your little sculpture thing?
This one, and I'll pull out the Mind Flayer one.
Look familiar?
Does it?
Nope.
No. Never seen such a creature before. What are they?
Uh-huh.
Called Mind Flayers. Ugly fucks, if you ask me.
Fine. Sounds like something to avoid.
Speaking of which, should we go sort out this alarm thing that's been keeping everybody awake at night?
The
if you
side alarm?
noticed. Yeah.
What time is it? Oh, we'd have to do it tomorrow, wouldn't we? 9 in the evening.
I was gonna say, so over the last week or so, you guys have noticed the signal's been getting like a little bit weaker every night,
Oh.
like a little bit quieter. And like last night, it was you're only getting like partial, sort of like a little bit of the message, getting fuzzier, that sort of thing.
Oh. Shall we set off tonight then? Because we don't want to end up losing it.
I mean, I'm intrigued by it, but isn't it better to wait till tomorrow with this weather?
It's always this weather.
Weather's not going to change. That's for sure.
I mean, we did briefly.
really wasn't happy with us about that either.
See. Still, I don't know about you, but I could use a good night of sleep.
Oh yeah,
you,
the trekking
you
through the
guys.
wilderness for days.
I was going to say you can wait until the morning, and yeah, my else is just getting him a normal size version of cold weather clothing.
Might be a smart idea.
The clothing, the cold weather clothing he's wearing, the oversized one, is
Yeah.
it? What is it made out of? You said it's just white, fluffy.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually sort of examine it a little bit, it's polar bear.
Again, sorry.
It's polar bear.
Polar bear. Nice.
And it
Would,
must have been a big one.
Would Vaden be looking more closely at it or not?
Like he'd be looking, he'd be wondering what like fur it is. Is essentially what it is. Is what he was thinking.
I don't know. Your king gave it to me?
Come down from the mountains.
Mountains. No.
You know, where the ground's not flat.
No, we'll look at Garvik like, duh.
Trying to steer the topic on course. Tobias would intervene at this point and say, "Well, okay, we've got a ticking clock here. So do we go tonight or not? I'm in favor of going. It'll make our life easier, even if we have to give up some sleep."
Well, I'm a little reluctant, but I suppose we could.
Yeah, I mean, if we're wanting to bring the new guy along, he's been like trekking through the wilderness for days. So he probably do a night's sleep. But otherwise, yeah.
I mean, some of us, bear in mind, have been out chopping down trees all day, but.
Oh, come on, that was your choice.
Just blows a raspberry at him.
Has anyone asked where Laloth is from yet?
Yes, he said he doesn't remember.
Yep.
So we're not going then tonight.
We can do, I suppose. She's just being a bit grumpy.
I first sending off in the morning. If you care about my opinion of. I mean, I already paid for the room here.
Damn it, he calmed down.
Fuck it, just wait till morning then.
Okay, morning it is.
We ride at dawn.
Dawn
Yes.
it is.
Send one of the servants to wake me.
Yeah,
gold.
I'm sure one of the kobolds will be happy to come and kick you a leg.
End up with like 3 kobolds jumping up and down on your bed.
All right.
Wake up!
Let me just double check my handy dandy travel guide. And
Oh, that triangulation cone from Lonelywood is doing a lot of good.
Well, we got one from Bremen last time, so like
All right, yeah.
Should have got one from Targos and like Bryn Chander as well. To narrow it down even more.
Exactly which overlap is it? Is it this going to be this area?
This middle, yeah.
Venn diagram, yeah.
Like I'd expect it to be like here or like in here or something.
It's going to be at Sunblight, isn't it?
No.
No, Phil's already sort of told us.
Certain things. I will tell you it's free. It's not Sunblight, and it is relatively central to the in the would-be Venn diagram.
So bring Shanda and Tentrail down and try further triangulation from there.
Well, that's it. I mean, you've got 2 psionics in the party, so you can quite easily like narrow it down a little bit more when you get closer.
Mhm.
Like 2 people that can actively seek it out.
Cool.
All right. So, let's see. Double check. Distance per day by road. 12 miles. Okay. We'll say you can get to Bryn Shander with all your travel time today. For simplicity's sake.
Mhm.
We'll just speed through this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, mid-afternoon, you're in Bryn Shander. Is there anything quick you're wanting to do, or just literally just resting out for the night and heading on?
Yeah, just rest up.
Okay. And are you going to be seeking out the source again?
Oh, we had something to do in Bryn Shander. It was to talk to Copper, right?
Copper Nobanoka. Wasn't it?
We can tell them that their friend is dead and stuff.
Oh yeah. Let me double check that. Okay, yeah. So he's heading on around to the temple, yeah?
If that is where
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobanoka
no
is.
worries.
What race was Copper Nobanoka again?
A rock gnome.
Good to know.
Wearing a wearing a peculiar fursuit, which makes him look a bit like a teddy bear. A particularly grumpy one.
Would the temple be familiar to me or not?
It would not. It's relatively new.
Then I'll ask the party what kind of god this temple is. That oral that you were talking about?
No, she doesn't really go for temples. She's more of a sacrifices by the light of the full moon kind of deal.
What of a barbaric kind of god?
Yeah.
Speaking, give me a religion check. Private roll, mate.
Give me a second.
Okay. So yeah, he's head on round and yeah, it's gonna head on in. Are you gonna knock? What's the thinking?
Who had dealings with him last time?
You all did.
Nobody wants to volunteer to break the bad news.
Fuck it. Vaden will do it then.
All right.
Knock.
Yeah, a couple of minutes later, the man himself, or the halfling himself, opens the door. It's like, oh, it's you lot. What do you want?
We went to the cabin.
His face something. It's very fucking serious. It's like,
Wait,
oh,
halfling or gnome?
no.
Cool.
Halfling more is a designation of height rather than. Anyway, so it's like, it's very serious. Like, oh, and what did you find? Was he there?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it didn't kill him then. Why
Oh,
no
it
hasn't
did.
came back? His face and like ghosts over.
Charred to a crisp.
Be crispy.
I see.
We fixed it though. Well, he did. Not point at Garvek.
A wave.
How did you
eerily.
fix it?
More bands.
Ha! Knew I was right. And then he turns around to the shrine and yells something in Gnomish and makes some sort of colloquial gesture, and then a small sign of prayer. Well, he did the Morning Lord's work. Even I did get him killed. In the end, I was right. I think everybody wins.
If you'd been right sooner, you wouldn't have killed him.
He killed himself. He wouldn't listen to me.
You obviously weren't persuasive enough.
I
live with
mean, that was a slight accident where I kind of got to have a chat with his ghost, and yeah, he didn't really seem like the listening kind.
No, he wasn't. And were you a block of ice last time we met? And looking at Garvek.
Othello goes, "Who, me? Oh, him. Because being a block of ice is not an uncommon occurrence in this party."
No, it's not.
Block of ice? You must tell me that story once.
Well, are you here to make a donation, or are you just here to tell me that my friend's dead?
We're here to tell you that it's your fault that your friend's dead.
Harsh.
They also activated it, and it worked. Oh, he did.
I'll
Don't
wave
you-
cheerily.
Don't you have it?
Do I still have it?
Did you keep it?
Yeah.
Then yes, you suppose you would. Yeah.
I'm not showing him it though.
Yeah. I mean, Garwick, you're getting some pretty dagger eyes at the minute from the gnome, and it's right. Well, could have been nicer about it after what we did for you, little shit.
Mm. Well, you got your donations. Let's see what you're complaining about. At least my friends are willing to save their friends' lives.
We are not making any friends here today.
So the lights are on the room. sort of start flickering and brightening up into almost like a daylight sort of like bright white. And the ground starts like trembling ever so slightly. And
is it found surgery? Can I roll Arcana or something?
I don't know. The gnome's like looking at you, and you feel like a little bit of strength leave you.
I mean,
Just Garvik.
Just Garvik. Remember the lovely temporary hit points?
oh no.
You're supposed to have that.
Oh, they're not. No, I had them in the bottom box, but they're not there anymore. Anyway, so that's fine.
So yeah, you feel that like warmth just leave you instantly.
Fine. I don't want any help from stupid gnome gods anyway.
And Copper looks to the rest of you and says, "Thank you for your service to the Morning Lord. Keep him away from here." And he's not welcome. And he slams the door.
Wow, you're even better at diplomacy than I am.
He had it coming.
Another dick move.
That didn't seem that smart. But
I know,
oh well.
right?
Oh well.
Idiot.
I mean, if you have one got angry at you, what's another one, right?
That's the spirit.
Let alone one that's already helped us.
Then it's a bit more unfortunate.
Anyway, resting overnight in Bryn Shander, up bright and breezy the next day. Ooh, it's a full moon tonight. Ooh. Let's check the
What, the night that
calendar.
we're in Bryn Shander or night
we leave.
the night we leave?
Or the day
Oh
we
no,
leave.
it was actually that night.
Oh no.
So yeah, since you are there, can everybody roll a? Let me double check something real quick. Everybody roll me a. How'd that work? Everybody roll me a D100.
High is better, right?
We're about to find out.
Mm.
Turbo likes his. Well, actually, this time it's
Oh.
low. That's better.
Well, the
Ooh.
party marker is mine. Don't know why that's party marker.
Ooh, not quite low enough. Fair enough.
Low is bad then.
Yeah, low is bad in that. Yeah, if you roll the
Why
one in
not?
that, you're pulling out the redstone.
Yeah.
But that's fair enough.
Why
So
has
yeah,
that one got conjuration in brackets?
don't know.
Weird.
Bacon's not got a name.
Oh, I think I know. There you go, done. Fair enough. So yeah, are you going to? Well, so yeah, a similar affair to last month actually, where that you're in Bryn Shander both months. There's another human sacrifice. It's the we can just yada yada through this. I have nothing explicitly planned for it. Might come a bit later. Who knows? But yeah, same sort of process as the last time. Everyone's out in the street. What? It's a woman this time. Is walked up.
What's her name? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. Walked up, presented to the town. The town gives their thanks in a murmur, and solemnly walks her out the gate.
Weren't we supposed to stop this?
No. You were tasked under threat of Runuk's death to prevent any fraud that occurred in this, and to get the true sacrifices. But like, you've no way of knowing if there's anything fucking going on.
And I mean, part of the deal is now gone.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason you need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
You sort of get dragged into it by Runuk, who was making up for his sacrifice, as it were.
No. We were dragged into it by Garvik, who fucked Runuk
That's
into
true.
doing it.
That's it. Yeah.
Piss off, Ghost.
Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, a full day gets you down to where the Red Run splits off to the east, into the valley, I suppose, that you're most likely heading towards. And do I want to roll that? I'm going to roll that. Okay. Okay, so you're camping out for the night. Who is doing the watches?
Tiny
Oh,
hut.
no. Oh, there we go. Tiny hut. Who cares, right? Fair enough. Everybody gets a lovely night's sleep in a lovely, like normal room temperature, cozy tiny hut. Horse smell aside. All right. So, what's the plan? How are you going to detect this?
So can we like actively like focus on it or anything like that?
Sure, I'm up for that. How would we go about that as a check? Both of you roll your like spell your spellcasting skill. We just do an ability check for that. So Tobias, give me a charisma, and Garrett, give me intelligence. Nice. This should be a tighter cone this time. I feel like that's far to go. And you know what, actually? For those, there you go.
Huh? So, hop? Oh, try and find a place to get over the river. This one.
It's frozen.
Easy.
You can walk on it. Or you can walk like beside it easily enough, like it's frozen.
Yeah. So, go in and do a check every sort of hour or so. See if we can hone it in further.
Okay, cool. And it's 3 miles an hour, so let's measure. Oops. Cool. Well, because you're all in the same line, you get the same sort of direction. You're definitely closer. Signal is obviously stronger from where you're at. I'm not going to make you roll on it.
Keep going along the line then.
Hang on. Oh, good. Wow, that was very well measured. Look at that. That was a guess. Like I guessed 3 miles. That was 3 miles.
Sure,
along the river,
going
along the line.
Yeah, along the line.
Oh, I thought you'd be following the river.
As a path in this direction.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that works too. Cool. Well, in that case, okie doke.
Oh damn.
Ugh.
So,
well, that's unusual.
So yeah, you follow the signal along, and eventually, this is pretty much what you see. In a fairly flat clearing between two mountains, you see a weird, like mollusk-like shell squid thing with lights, and there seems to be a couple of rather large bugs.
The good ship hentai.
Well, it's literally called a nautiloid, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it looks pretty much like a
Would you like
nautilus.
to roll for initiative, or will we leave this for next week?
I mean, I'm good for time, but
Yeah, I'm good to keep going.
Yeah, same.
Same.
All right,
Yeah,
so I can do this
same.
then.
see if we can get bacon 2 for 2.
You good to go? Keep going, Bacon.
Oof.
Yeah, but can you
Yeah,
good to go? Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
then.
for at least 1.5 hours, and then after that.
Phil, Dragon, s'il vous plaît.
You're in.
Oh, I see.
The dragon. Yeah. Sorry. Boop. Button. There's two big, buggy, cockroachy things looking at you.
Okay.
Guessing this has something to do with it.
Yeah, I guess I'll. Yeah, I guess I'll shoot this first one. I guess, right?
I guess. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I will attack. It's and. I'll just do a normal. I'll do the usual 2 attacks against it as well.
1 second. They're linked for some reason.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, it makes a noise now when an nat 20's rolled.
Yeah, you can make different noises and stuff.
I'll put them back to where they're supposed to be. They're both at the bottom of the turn order, so let's put them back there. Okay. Sweet.
Phil,
Yeah.
is there a height difference from the hull, or sorry, from this deck to the ground that we're standing on?
About 5 feet.
5 feet, is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's like dug into the snow as it's crashed.
All right, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, critical hit. Critical. So 17 and a 9.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's Screeze. He's not happy.
Okie doke. That will be my turn.
Right, I will. I think I'll pop a rage. So I can revert to the top effect. And just go for attacks. I'm gonna start off by making this reckless as well.
Yeah, that's it. Let's out another scream.
Second attack.
Mm-hmm. It's not looking too good.
Okay, I think that's my turn.
Oh,
Okay. I will do there, and I will cast.
Oh! I forgot Storm Aura. I keep forgetting that's a thing. Let's see. DC 14 saving throw.
what save?
Oh, for the lightning, for the sea
Yeah,
storm.
yeah. What's that?
For when I pop the aura.
No. What stat is it saving
Constitution
on?
or
Oh, Dex. Did I not just say DC Dex 14? Anyway, no. Guess I did.
17. Saved it.
Okay, alright, so it takes half. Another 3 points.
And there's a little scree.
Okay. 3. Okay. Right. I will remember eventually at some point that rage comes with that now.
Yeah.
I want to cast Plasma Unit Meteors.
Good spell.
Yes, for my bonus action, I want to fire 2 of them towards that thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, DC 16 Dex save.
2 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the DC again? Sorry.
16.
16. Okay. 1 pass, 1 fail.
Yeah.
First pass, second one failed.
On fail, they take half damage, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sounds right. It's like 2 slightly smaller screes. He seems to sort of irritated it more than seriously damaged it like the other 2.
Yeah. And on my turn. As I guess it's 4 other meteors will keep whirling around me.
Sounds good. Press the button.
Oh yeah, wait.
Would it be better game to tell us if this ballista is just flavor or not?
It looks like it could work.
Okay.
It's definitely not a trophy piece.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Hmm.
Give me a perception check there.
Okay.
Fair enough. No comment.
I'm not sure if running up there ahead of everyone is a smart idea.
We don't do smart in this party. Don't be ridiculous.
You're a warlock. You've got loads of health.
What, 41?
Oh wow, that's actually quite a lot.
It's not too bad. It's probably not enough for this. I'll try and finish off this this crawler here with a good old Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Fantastic. I'm gonna reroll that with lucky.
You need to get 2 bolts, right?
With Eldritch Blast.
I've got 2 less. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll save the reroll then.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Wow.
Cool. That's my turn, and then Vilihard's going to come in, like so, and attack with advantage.
That's it. Nice.
3 damage, and does the poison apply to this?
Doesn't matter because it screes once again and like curls up dead like a zap bug.
Oh, fantastic!
Flips in his back and does the dead bug.
Cool. Let's go.
I'm gonna look over at new guy with his like crazy meteors flying around and just be like, "Well, I've got to let him have a go." I'm just gonna do like a mind sliver at this far one. So that's a DC 16 saving throw. Intelligence.
Yeah, well, we saw that one coming. Yeah, okay. What damage?
A whole 5 damage.
A whole 5 damage.
And shove it 5 feet further away, wherever that's disappeared to. That's a DC 16 strength save.
Or else.
It's shoved 5 feet further back.
You see this thing get buffeted 5 feet back.
That's my turn.
Hmm. Oh, sweet. So it scrambles its way over, and Athela, it reaches towards you with some long tentacles.
Okay.
Okay. Fuck. Your target is whatever. Oh, whatever. Just do manually. Okay. That's how this is going. Fair enough. So yeah, it sort of like wiggles at you with its long tentacles, but it seems to fall a little bit short. Faden.
Okay. Gonna do the same thing again and do the old shoot you shoot. Yeah. Normal. 10 damage for the first attack. Nice. And 10 damage again for the second attack.
Blinking away at it.
Blinking away. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. I'll stop. And I think just regular attacks this time. Okay, second attack. Offhand. Ooh. That's very nearly a crit. I think that's my turn.
Nice.
For my action, I'd like to cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
And I'd like to spend an sorcery point in to make it, what is it? Extended. So it will last for 24 hours. And then bonus action, I will do another 2 of those.
It's one sorcery point to double its duration, so it's 16 hours.
16 hours. Oh well,
Same
fine.
difference, but yeah.
Same difference. Then there's one for 16 hours. Fine.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'd like to still make a bonus attack 2 of the my Bell's minion, so meteors attacks.
Okay. Cool.
Is that my turn?
Okay, cool. Two. When I say both of those, that is cool. Still just squeaking. Finish off, Spice.
Yep. What are we all gonna do?
Wow. Yikes. Okay. All right. It's dead. Combat over.
Okay. So, do you want to explore?
Of course. Tobias would be at this point approaching the deck.
Garvik's going to attempt to
Am I free to
get
move, by the way?
out of.
Yeah.
Cool. Tobias would just hop up here then.
Do the tendril things look like organic?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
There's a wall apparently that I'm not allowed to go on.
Oh, that's okay. I'll have to just lift you up.
Thank you.
Can
Bill's going
Garvik
up?
attempt to hide from the new sorcerer for a second?
Sure.
Wait, you're trying to hide from me?
Yep.
Would I notice?
I don't know, Garvik, roll stealth. Okay, roll perception. I'm pretty sure. What's your passive perception? Higher than that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Garvik, you try and hide from him. You think you're concealing yourself a little bit.
Yep. I try and stealthily cast Mage Armor.
You cast Mage Armor.
That's right. Tobias would like to try and listen through like cracks in the door. Maybe even go to the floor if he needs to. If there's like a gap underneath it. See if he can hear anything.
So, the deck is 5 feet above the valley floor and covered with fresh snow. Mounted to the deck is a ballista covered in ice. Your one perception didn't really notice it is caked in ice, like the mechanisms are frozen solid.
Oh shit! Okay.
So it's a good thing you didn't go for it. Otherwise, you would have been shit out of luck.
Can I try
Not that
and
you really needed to? Try and
hack the ice off it?
yeah, if you want.
Have a go? Sure.
Is it like magical in any way? Or like, is it special in any way, or is it just a blister?
I mean, it's a quite novel design, I think, with the way to put it. But
I'm now having visions of somehow mounting this thing on my back.
it's nothing weird or wonderful. It's like I say, it's novel, but it's definitely a ballista.
Yeah. Reminds me of those. Sorry.
No, good.
Reminds me of those pictures of the SPG, like mounted to a horse's back.
I was going to say it is size accurate.
Okay. This is a big boy.
You may dare say that it is designed for ship-on-ship combat, shall we say?
Okay.
Or is capable of doing so anyway.
Does Tobias hear anything, by the way?
Roll perception, please. No, you're not really getting anything. So what you're listening at is a double door. It appears to be made of something organic. I don't know, possibly like ivory or bone or something like that. You're not really sure. And iron. You're currently like under you're tucked under two upper decks. So like there's like an overhang, and you're sort of like vaguely speaking, the overhang's roughly about sort of there-ish.
And this is 100% the place where the beacon is coming from.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like there is zero doubt in your mind.
Tobias trusts his senses perhaps even too much, and he'll just attempt to open the door.
Okay. And where'd it go?
It's been here a few weeks, though, isn't it?
Give me an athletic check.
Athletic.
Nice. And we'll leave it there for this week.
Can I quickly roll to see if I can get this thing unstuck or like usable? Or is it going to take far too much work for that?
It will definitely take a lot more work than is needed. Like it is caked in ice.
Okay.
especially all like the important bits. Some of the mechanisms appear sort of like slightly knocked out of place, or it's gotten places, and operable with work, but not it's not a de-icing job. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Because it's been like fully exposed to the elements. So, but yeah, we'll leave it there for this week because it's another one of those that I think will be worth the freedom of a session to play about with without a time crunch. But yeah, that was a good session. I like that.
Yeah, good.